Hi students, in the previous class we have seen the different type of thermodynamic processes. What is a thermodynamic process? It is a process in which the thermodynamic variables of a system changes from one value to other value. So the different type of thermodynamic processes that we have seen are the isothermal process, then the isobaric process, isochoric process, and then adiabatic process. Okay, and adiabatic process is also known as isoentropic process. That is because in an adiabatic process the entropy of the system will not change. So that is what we have seen in the previous class. And today we will derive the equation for an adiabatic process. So that is the first thing we do in this class. Okay, so what is an adiabatic process? Adiabatic process means there is no exchange of heat energy between the system and the surroundings. Okay, so the heat that is taken or given to a system, that is equal to zero. That is called an adiabatic process. So we will derive the equation for the adiabatic process. So to derive the equation, see what is the first law of thermodynamics. First law of thermodynamics is delta Q equal to du plus delta W, or simply we will write it as dq is equal to du plus dw, where this is the quantity of heat that is given to the system, du is the change in internal energy, and delta W or dW, that is called the work done. Okay, delta W. Okay. Now see du, that is the internal energy change, can be written as Cv into dt. So what is Cv? Cv is the specific heat at constant volume. Okay, so that is called the specific heat at constant volume. So the change in internal energy is equal to Cv into dt. Okay, I think you know that equation, because specific heat at constant volume. Constant volume means the size of the system is fixed. Okay, so you have, suppose this is the size and that volume is fixed. That means, see, when you are heating the system, this cannot expand because the volume is the same. So whatever amount of energy you are giving to the system, that will be used for increasing the internal energy of the system. See, this is the first law, and when it is at a specific this process is at a constant volume, delta W will be equal to 0. What is delta W? Delta W or dW. Okay, you can write it as dW equal to, that is equal to P into dV. Okay, pressure into change in volume. So it is at constant volume means this part will be equal to 0. Okay, and dq equal to du. Okay, and then what is dq? The dq is the quantity of heat that is given to the system. So it is at constant volume, and if the temperature changes dt, then the heat that is given to that one will be equal to Cv into dt. Okay, and Cv into dt. So this is dq. Okay, this is dq or delta q or dq you can write. Okay, and dw equal to 0. So du will be equal to Cv dt. Okay, because this part is equal to 0. So du is equal to Cv dt. Now, what about dw or delta W equal to P into dV? Okay, so delta W is equal to P into dV. Okay, that is the work done if the system can expand. Okay, so this is the two quantities here. Okay, now this dt. Okay, we have the ideal gas equation, that is PV is equal to RT. That is the ideal gas equation. Okay, So differentiating this one, you can write it as P dV plus V dP equal to R into dt. Okay. Now what is dt? From this equation you can write dt is equal to P dV plus V dP divided by R. Okay. So you can write it as du. What is du? du is equal to Cv dt. Okay. So du equal to Cv dt. Cv dt is equal to Cv into, you can put these values. Okay. So you can use this suppose this is equation number 1, this is equation number 2, equation number 3, and this is equation number 4. Okay. So you are making use of all these equations. Okay. So the equation, that is in the first equation, what is delta Q? See, this is an adiabatic process. So delta Q will be equal to 0. That means now external heat is applied to that. Whatever change is happening there, the energy that is used for this particular change will be taken from the system itself. Okay. So delta Q will be equal to 0. And then you can write du is equal to Cv dt plus delta W is P dV is equal to 0 because delta Q equal to 0. Okay. Now you can substitute for dt. What is dt? This is the equation, that is Cv into Cv into dt is this one, P dV plus V dP divided by R plus P dV is equal to 0. Okay. Now you can write, you multiply all terms by R, so you can write it as Cv into P dV plus V dP plus multiplying this one with R, you can write it as R P dV is equal to 0. Okay. Expand that one, Cv into P dV plus Cv into V dP plus what is R? R is equal to, you can write, there is an equation Cp minus Cv is equal to R. That is called Mayer's relation. Okay, Cp minus Cv equal to R, where Cv is a specific heat at constant volume and Cp is the specific heat at constant pressure. Okay, so in this constant pressure there will be external work done. Okay, so that is why, because that is why Cp is greater than Cv and difference is equal to R. You can put the value there. R is equal to Cp minus Cv. Cv into P dV is equal to 0. Okay, so this is equal to 0. Now you can expand this one, that is Cv into P dV plus Cv into V dP plus Cp into P dV minus Cv into P dV is equal to 0. So Cv into P dV, this is plus and this is minus, so these two cancels. Okay, so now we have Cv into V dP plus Cp into P dV is equal to 0. Okay, so we can write it as V into, or you can take that this one to the left side, right side, Cv into V dP is equal to minus Cp into P dV. Okay. Now we can take this P to the left side and Cv and V to the right side. So we can write it as dP by P is equal to minus Cp by Cv into P by V into dV. Sorry, that P we have taken to the to the left side. So this will be like this. That is equal to dV by V. Okay, isn't it? Now this Cp by Cv is written as gamma. That is a ratio of the specific heats. So Cp by, okay, you can write it like this. Then dP by P is equal to minus gamma into dV by V. Okay. Now we integrate this. Integral dP by P. Okay, we will write it like this. So this is integral dP by P equal to integral of this one. And gamma is a constant for a given gas because Cp by Cv is a constant. So integral dV. Okay. So this will be, you can write it as dP by P. Integral dP by P is log P. Okay. Log P is equal to minus gamma into dV by V is log V plus a constant of integration. We haven't applied the limits. Okay. So constant of integration, that is constant. Okay. Now you take this to the left side. So this will be log P plus gamma log V is equal to a constant. Okay. Now you combine these two. Okay, before that, see, this is gamma log V. That can be written as log V raised to gamma, isn't it? So this will be log P plus log V raised to gamma equal to a constant. Okay. Now we combine these two, this log A plus log B, that is a log P V raised to gamma equal to a constant. Okay, so if log P V raised to gamma is equal to a constant, that means P V raised to gamma is equal to a constant. Okay, so you can write it as P V raised to gamma equal to a constant. Okay, so this is called the equation of an adiabatic process. Okay, P V raised to gamma equal to a constant. Okay, and you must have already studied that equation. Now we can have the different versions of this one. So this is between P and V. So you can as well have equation connecting between this P and T or V and T. Okay, so three different possibilities are there. So the basic equation you can write it as P V raised to gamma is equal to a constant, where gamma is the ratio of the specific heats. Okay. Now we have the equation PV equal to RT for 1 mole of a gas. Okay. So we can write what is V. V is equal to, okay, first of all we can write P. Okay, P equal to, you can write it like this, a constant. If you want, you can write it as PV raised to gamma equal to a constant. Okay, you can write, or simply you can write it as a constant. That means P1 V1 raised to gamma is equal to P2 V2 raised to gamma. Suppose a gas is undergoing an adiabatic change from one value to the other value. Okay, so we have P1 V1. Okay, at this point we have P2 V2. Of course, the temperature also you can write P1 V1 T1, P2 V2 T2. Okay, so you can write it as P1 V1 raised to gamma is equal to P2 V2 raised to gamma. So that during that process, at any point you can say this particular situation will be satisfied. P1 V1 raised to gamma equal to P2 V2 raised to gamma. Okay. So you can write P is equal to RT by V. Okay. So instead of this P, you can write RT by V is equal to a constant. So you can put the value here. That is RT by V into V raised to gamma. V raised to gamma equal to a constant. Okay. Now, see, R is a constant. So you can take this R to the right side, that is again a constant. Okay. And then V raised to gamma divided by V is there. So you can write T, you write the T first of all there. And then we have V raised to gamma then divided by V. That is equal to gamma minus 1. Okay. And that is equal to a constant again. Okay. And that constant may be different because R is there. You have to take this R to the right side, that is K by R. But again that will be a constant because R is the gas constant. Okay. So you can write it as T V raised to gamma minus 1 equal to a constant. So you have put the equation, that is P is equal to RT by V. Now you can write the equation, that is V is equal to, instead of this one, you can write, okay, we'll write it here. So from this one, you can write it as V is equal to RT by P. Okay, V is equal to RT by P. From this equation, V is equal to RT by P, you can put the value here. Okay, so this will be P into, from this equation, we have P into, instead of V, we can write RT by P. Okay, so RT by P raised to gamma equal to a constant. Okay, again R, if you expand this one, is R raised to gamma and that is equal to constant. Okay, sorry, R raised to gamma, again they can take that to the right side and that will be constant. So you can write it as P into T raised to gamma divided by P raised to gamma equal to a constant. Okay, now you can write this is P raised to gamma. So you can write it as T raised to gamma into P raised to 1 minus gamma, isn't it? Take this to the numerator. Okay, this is gamma. Okay, so T raised to gamma into P raised to 1 minus gamma equal to a constant. Okay, so this is the third equation. Okay, so this one will be T V raised to gamma minus 1 equal to a constant. So this is the first equation. This is T V raised to gamma minus 1 equal to a constant. Then this will be T raised to gamma into P raised to 1 minus gamma. Okay, so you can write it different way. That is P raised to gamma minus 1 by T raised to gamma equal to a constant. That is also correct. Okay, so you can write it in different ways. So these three are the equations for the adiabatic process. So using these equations, you can find the temperature, pressure or volume of a system of a gas during an adiabatic process. Okay, here, see, one more point to remember is that, see, I have written all these as K. Actually that simply means that there is a constant. So here we have P raised to gamma equal to a constant. Okay, so we can write P1 raised to gamma equal to P2 V2 raised to gamma. And this K will not be the same as this K here. Okay, so if you are having any confusion, you can simply write it as T V raised to gamma minus 1 equal to a constant. Simply you can write it as a constant because you have to take this R, this is a constant, to the right side. So it will be actually initial K divided by R, that is this value. Okay, and similarly here also, here this is P V raised to gamma. This is the equation. This equation and this equation are the same. And you are writing it as, instead of this V, you are writing RT by P. Okay, and you put there and it will be R raised to gamma. There will be an R raised to gamma that is taken to the right side. So initial this K divided by R raised to gamma is there, and that again that is a constant because K is a constant, R raised to gamma is another constant. So if you have any confusion, you can simply write it as T V raised to gamma minus 1 equal to a constant. And here also you can write this will be, okay, so, okay, this R raised to gamma is taken to the right side. So we can write it as, this will be a constant. Okay, and this is equal to constant. Okay. So these are the equations for the adiabatic process. Okay, so we shall stop this class here. Okay, so we will see in the next class.